Hey you guys, so I am so thrilled today to be sharing with you guys so many new fun beauty products. This is going to be so collective and so just kind of random almost. It's kind of like, you know, when I do those mail day videos, it's kind of basically what that is. So I'm just inundated a lot of times with a lot of new stuff to try. In the world today of beauty, there's so many new things constantly coming out, and I love being surprised by something that I may not have, you know, necessarily been drawn to before, or something that I've been like really excited to try, which a couple of these, actually all of these are really cool. There's some duds, or just kind of like things that I don't really get, but I am just so excited. I think I'm gonna title this video like something to do with this, because this is something that really piqued my interest. Like I've said before, it's rare for me to like really just, I mean, I feel like we've just, at this point, we've tried so many things that, you know, sometimes I get really excited about things. Sometimes I'm just like, I've got to get my hands on that. And that's pretty rare, you know? And this was something that I saw a long time ago. Let me say the right name. It is the Lancome La Rose A Powder Blush, Iridescent Blush Highlighter. And it's a limited edition, little, just, you know, it's like in a little vintage cute papery box. And it's by Lancome. And this is the crazy one that looks like a flower. So I was really intrigued by that, because honestly I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen a makeup company do that before, and I was thinking it was actually like the rose itself was like you could chunk it off and it was like a piece of powder or a piece of something, you know what I mean? It's an actual silk flower. So if you look really closely, like I said, this is a silk flower, and the product isn't just sprinkled on top of it. It's like baked onto it. Like if you were to swatch it, it's like on the petals. You know what I mean? I mean, that wasn't a very good swatch. Even I have like mascara on that finger, but it's just kind of like everything's coated on the actual petals. It's a very like blushy color. It doesn't have a very strong smell, which is a little odd. I expected it to be very rosy or something. It's just a very light smell. It's even lighter than, like, say, the Chanel, you know, like the Chanel blushes. If you really look in the petals, and I think this is because I've been using it, because when I first got it, I didn't see a lot of this, and I didn't see this a lot in the bottom either. But since the powder is on the petals, I was thinking too it might be like a loose thing. So when you see the little chunks in it, or like little dusty particles, it's from where the actual rose is bendable. It's a silk flower, so when you rub your brush in it and it bends, it might crack off some of that. So I don't know, but I think you know, at the end you could certainly use that. But when I dipped my finger in that at the very bottom, it is kind of chunky. But now this is the thing. And it does look, when you swatch it, it is a little white and it's kind of chalky. Now this is a very kind of like polarizing thing. Like when I posted this on Instagram, I was shocked. Like people are like, I love that, I hate that. I thought this was gonna be something that was really hard to get your hands on, which I think it kind of is. It's a limited thing. Not really sure about that, but so many people knew about it. It was kind of very buzzed about, and I thought, okay, good. Well, I wanna talk about this because people have like very strong opinions. People are like, I love it, I hate it, I love it, I hate it. So here's the thing, this is called a highlighter. It is not a typical highlighter as you would think, like, let's pop this on my cheekbones. You know, today, this is all that I'm wearing, highlight department. When we get a highlighter, we think, oh, let's put it right here, you know? And that's not what this is. This is one of those more like soft focus highlighters that's really meant to be dusted all over your face. This is the little thing that I got with it, which if you buy it, you don't get this. This is like the little press release thing that they sent me. But it says you get a spring glow look with it. The box is inspired by 50s French bijou boxes. It says the box encloses the glow of Parisian daylight. Okay, this is not like a strobing powder. It says gently swirl the brush in a circular motion around the rose petals, picking up the perfect amount of formula. Apply it, you know, in all the typical places where it's saying to highlight, and then use your fingers to put it like in more concentrated areas, which I have done that, and I think that's kind of cool. So it's meant to be used with this little Lancome Parisian kabuki brush, and to me this is just too, like, I wouldn't want to put this in to the petals because it's gonna just break off all the stuff, and this isn't really what I'm doing anyways. But this is an awesome brush like for actual highlighting like that. But what I found works with this and how the product is really nice actually is take a big brush. This is actually, I don't have another brush that's like this at all. It's a Real Techniques brush. It's actually really good for highlighting like larger areas like that. Like just kind of dust over without using like a big old like fluffy powder brush. So you just kind of like put it in there and you're not like going nuts with it, but you just put it in there. And then just put it like at the very end of your makeup, just over everything. So like you put it over your blush, it's not gonna be, and you see how pretty that is? When I was doing the purse video, when I was showing that pink purse last week, this is what I was wearing and I got so many compliments on my skin. And I didn't say what I was wearing because I wanted to see what it looked like on camera, you know? That's what you do with it. Whoa, see that was too much. Okay, and this is the thing. Think you're not putting on a lot, but you are. So, I think people are just kind of, may not be using it the best way you could use this. I remember one of the first time I saw this, my friend sent me this video on it like on Facebook. And she was like, oh my gosh, look at this. And it was this girl using it and she was piling it up on her cheekbones and she came out looking very chalky. So that's not what you want to do. Try it like that if you have it. It is $60. For me, I actually love the effect. Now, it is limited, so I'm not like gonna say I'm gonna repurchase it because I don't think that's gonna be possible, but I wish that it was like maybe in a little compact or something because I actually do really like the effect of it, but you know, and people do say for $60, I mean, how much can you really be getting on this? See, now when I did that, it just went everywhere. Like, how much can you really be getting with this little thing? So I get it. I mean, it's like for the price, it's a friggin' rose in a box. Like you're paying for, it's a gimmick. I mean, not gimmick in a bad way, because like I said, it's a beautiful product, but it's a little different, you know? I mean, it is kind of what's gonna draw you to buy this product. And let's see how much, it's 1.6 grams. I don't know, you can compare that to other things of product, but the tiniest amount that you need, I think it would last you a very long time. And then when you're, you know, it's pretty to sit on your vanity. And then when you're done, you can just sit that out because it is pretty cute. I mean, it's kind of a cool concept. I hope this doesn't become a thing because it is a little, I would just rather use something in a compact personally, but it is a really pretty product. It's a rose in a box. Next, oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, I thought we would just kind of open these together because sometimes I like to feel things like first impressions. Ego Tools was probably the first brush that I ever bought that was nice feeling, and I think I got it like at Walmart or at Ulta back in the day. Like when, do you remember when Ulta used to be called something else when it first came out? I'm talking like in 97 or 98. I don't even remember. Do you remember that? It's called like, had like a number with it. Maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. They're really soft. They're really good for the price. This looks like the brush that I used to have. But so look at all these. So like you're talking maybe for like the largest brush, it might be like $7 or $8 or something. And then like, you know, which I think is really good because I remember I had that brush forever. It lasted such a long time. I had so many things in my P.O. box, you guys. I had not been in so long, so I was so excited to get this. I like double-sided brushes sometimes, and these feel really nice. They all feel like they're synthetic bristles, but they feel just very soft. Oh, they have a sponge too, but this actually kind of has that thick, spongy feel. Kind of like the first Real Techniques ones did. I was impressed though. It smells like cucumbers. Why does that smell like that? I like this shape, and I'll tell you why. Because I do like a little bit of an angle like that for my eyes, but I like that you can easily hold it because the curve is the main part that I like to use. So that's kind of cool. I wonder what happened. I'll wet that one and see. But, oh my gosh, look at this. This is a really cool, oh, they're just very soft. They're like buttery soft. I love the size of this one. I love a pointed brush that's kind of shaped like that. And the brushes like look nice. They're not cheesy looking. Ooh, that's a good one. This one would be so good for liquid foundation, skin perfecting. So they do have names. I was looking. Define. This one feels just like my full, yeah, that's like a full powder brush. That's what I think I used to have. And I just used it for years. I absolutely loved it. So, yeah, you don't have to spend, I love my brushes that are nice. I love my Chanel brushes. I have great Sigma brushes. I have so many great brushes that I love. But this is cool because I always say, like, if you have the most inexpensive makeup, or whatever, you can make it work by your applicators. Like you can have the cakiest foundation and dampen a beauty blender, or use the right tool and it has a beautiful finish, or apply the crappiest eyeshadow, I hate to say that, with a good brush and it looks nice. So you don't have to spend a fortune on little tools. I don't feel like, I'll do that at the end. I'll show you what that does. You know, certain brands get more buzz, like Real Techniques for affordability, that Wet n Wild one that I discovered recently, but they don't have a very wide range. There's only a few of those. But I think Eco Tools has like look, that's a huge range. That's pretty much all you would need. There's like every shape of brush that you would need. So that's kind of cool. I got 2 really cool new masks. Actually, there's a third, but these are like, I love these. So I've used these twice each, and I kind of use them together, and I'll show you. I cannot believe I never thought about using a mask this way that I'm about to tell you. But anyways, and I used this the day that I went to the dermatologist, when I knew I wasn't gonna be wearing makeup. And when I had them on my skin that morning, I was like, why have I done this? It's probably gonna make me red, but it actually like calmed my skin, especially this one. So there's a green one called Chloroplasma. I guess they come in larger sizes. I really want one in a larger size. It's very rare that I find a mask that I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, this is like really good. It really does something. And you know, I have so many that I like, but very few that I'm like, this is amazing. So this is the Chloroplasma mask, and this one it's kind of like a clay color, and then when you put it on, it turns really dark green. So this one is more, I don't want to say clarifying because I don't want that to scare you. It's not going to like dry you out and be scary. I don't really like to use masks like that anymore. But it purifies your skin, but then yet it says it's really calming, it's illuminating. And that's kind of why I used it that day, because I thought, well, maybe it'll kind of help my redness. And I really felt like my skin looked really extra good that day. Has like a very kind of clean smell, like fresh, but then when you put it on, it's very like natural smelling. So, and then this is cool. So this is a chocolate, no, cocoa, yeah, it smells like chocolate milk. Like when you put it on your face, it smells like a brownie. When you smell it in here, it smells like chocolate milk, but it's Cocoa Moisture Mask. I love to find a mask that's a moisture mask that doesn't feel gross and heavy. Sometimes if you buy a mask that says moisture mask, they're just like, oh, let's just be way too heavy with it, you know, but this one is so good. I love the smell. It reminds me of that Lush mask that I used to use that was the chocolate mask, but it's just very nourishing, and it's like a light color, and then when you put it on, it turns darker brown. Okay, so when I got those, I got this little flyer with it, and I looked at this girl, and I'm like, why have I never thought to apply masks like that? I love a moisture mask. I love moisturizing masks, but I really just, this is where I get dry. Right here and right there. That's where I need moisture, and right here sometimes too. I would put like a more clarifying one here, and then here. But then when I use my clarifying ones, I feel like it dries out my face. When I use the moisture ones, I kind of cringe when I put it in this area because I'm like, please don't break me out. Why have I been such a rookie and never thought to do it like this genius girl? Look at what she's doing there. So like she put the moisturizing ones on her cheeks, and then, do you see what's happening here? How have I never thought about that? I don't know, but both times I used that, that's exactly how I did it, and it was really satisfying. I'm like, oh my gosh, now I can use all my masks in a totally different way. When was it? A couple months ago, there was some press kit that I got that was all these masks, and I didn't even share because I was like, this is kind of gimmicky, but it was like, oh, you know, cocktail your masks, layer your mask, and it was like, do one mask, do your moisture mask for, or no, wait, do your purifying mask first for 20 minutes, and then rinse that off, and then you're going to spray something, and then you're going to use a moisture mask, and then you're going to use an illuminating mask. I'm like, I don't have 2 hours. I barely have 20 minutes, barely 10 minutes to put one on. Anyways, like when I do a mask, I'm like, okay, I'm really doing something special for myself here. But why not just apply 10 different ones if you want to, exactly where you need it? So I thought that was cool, but legit, these are actually very good. I have found some really good Perricone products over the years. I think it's a wonderful brand. It is expensive, but I think if you can find certain little products that work for you within the brand, it's very good. Or, you know, just knock it out and do the whole thing if you want. But I just never found like a whole lot of stuff that I can use together. And I'm really happy with my skincare. But wow, so excited about those masks. This is another mask. This is just very all over YouTube. It's that Glam Glow, the Sonic one that came out. And, you know, it's blue. You apply it with that brush. It just smells honestly like something I used back in the day when I was like tanning, so it was almost, it's like coconut. It was hard to put it on my face. These are those like peel off masks, which I love a peel off mask, but have I never tried the other one, the Gravity Mud? Is it normally, this is blue. Is it normally a color? I'm not sure. I have that one too, but I haven't opened it because I want to use this one, but I don't know if I really noticed anything cool with this other than the fact that it was just, like, fun to use. It says it's firming. I'm kind of skeptical about a lot of firming things. I don't really know. So why don't you share with me your thoughts on that? What do you think about the Glam Glow Gravity Mud? Is it worth it for me to keep using? Like, do you think? This is a new eyeliner I've been using. It is the Hourglass Voyeur Waterproof Liquid Liner, and it's what I'm wearing today, and it is in a little pen applicator, which I love. My very favorite pen one is the Clinique Pretty Easy. It has that really soft brush that's just so easy. This is a very hard one, and I don't know, for whatever reasons, when I use this, I always end up with a thicker line than I want, because I always something happens, and then I end up, but that never happens with the Clinique Pretty Easy. I can make a huge line if I want to, but I can just do exactly what I want to do with that one. I think it's because this one has no give. It's just a hard, you know, so if it touches a certain way, you kind of just have to go with it. But the formula is really, really great. I love the color because it's black, but it's like a natural black. It's not like a jet, scary, do you know what I mean? There are different blacks. So I really do like it. It is waterproof. Like, it will stay. You're not gonna like touch the center of your eyes and look and the middle's gone or something. Like, it will stay on, and it's actually not that hard to remove, which that's kind of my biggest thing with waterproof things. I got a ton of new Velvet Matte lip pencils by NARS to try. And what's funny is I was looking at all these and I'm like, I've tried a lot of these over the years. Do you guys remember, well, today I'm wearing Roman Holiday, but do you remember the one called Sex Machine that I used to wear all the time? I went through a couple of these a few years ago. This is a very, very good color. And then today I'm wearing the Roman Holiday. Oh, I used to use this Bolero color all the time. It was kind of bright though. If you look at this, I love the line. I love the range of colors in these. I hate it when like something comes out and it's like all brown. We'll talk about something in a second that's like that. Or it's like too many just reds or too many pinks. Like, this one has everything. It has like a few pinks, it has some browns, some nudes, some bright colors, some reds, some purpley colors. It's just really nice. This formula is really nice because it feels like nothing on your lips. So I used the Roman Holiday. And let me show you, like, what's cool about it is the color actually comes off on your lips. It's not drying like a normal pencil would be. Like, I applied this probably 30 minutes ago, and it's still very, like, not creamy, but it doesn't feel drying at all. Like, I can still I could blot it off a little if I wanted to. And it just still feels like nothing. So I love these. I think that if you're not like a goopy lipstick fan, like I'm not, I think you'll really like these. I love a good pencil. So my favorites are that Roman Holiday color, which I'm wearing today, this one called Bettina, which I used to use a while back. It's just a very pretty natural color. Obviously, this color called Sex Machine. These names are just like, that one's a little more pink than Bettina. This one called Get Off, which is like, okay, it's a little peachy. NARS, let's just relax. Your color names. Oh my god, these names, I cannot even talk about this. This is a lot. This one has the P word. I don't even want to say that. No, I'm kidding. All these brands where they're like, let's be super edgy with our makeup names. Those are very good. The Velvet Lip Pencils have been a long time fave of mine. I like wipe them off my hand. They're not like annoyingly like stay put. You know, sometimes you're just like, I kind of wish this wasn't so like staining. Like, I wish I could wipe it off if I wanted to, but I want it to stay put until I do so. That's kind of what that is. Yeah, so I know that I've showed these a lot in the past, these little like MAC 9 things, but there are a few new ones, and I just feel like it's such a good way to get a range of MAC eyeshadows, which I think MAC eyeshadows blend so nicely. I really am a fan, obviously. Like, I've been talking about them for years. That was kind of like how I started my channel. Like, I did a lot of MAC stuff, and I was really into collecting MAC and like having a bunch of MAC at the time. But you know, you end up with all those huge palettes that are wonderful, but they get old. Like, what the heck are you gonna do unless you're like a makeup artist working on that every day? So getting these is such like a real life person good way to have a ton of MAC colors, but not feel like you're being so wasteful, or that like you could actually make a dent in these, you know? They're, I love the tiny little pots. I just like those. I think those are so fun. So you have the semi-sweet ×9 and the red hot ×9. I almost forgot I was gonna show you what the heck the sponge did. So I went and I wet it, and it did like grow, you know, like these sponges do. And I will say, I mean, here's the thing, it's fine. It's like, it's good. Like you could put your foundation on with this and it would be so good. So if you're on a budget, I don't think you can go wrong with any of these. As well, like one time I remember I bought one, I think it was like a Target brand a long time ago, very long time ago. Like whenever the very first copycat one came out, and I think it was blue, it didn't really grow a lot when you wet it, and that's kind of the point, because it grows not only because of the size, but it gets mushier, and that's what makes it so nice to apply your foundation. So this one did grow and it got very springy, but it does feel different than a beauty. I compare everything to that, but I will honestly say, aside from the Beauty Blender, which I think it's pointed at the top, like it's fine, I don't need it, anything else really. I actually really like this shape better than a lot of them I've tried. It's got all of the angles that you'd need, but it's still, when you grab this side, it doesn't flop over onto itself when you try to use, you know, this for your foundation. So this is a very good one, and I wonder, I mean, I guess they do sell them separately, I'm sure, but I like the shape. I really do. I love that shape. The shape really makes sense. So I think the time is just getting away from us, you guys. I could keep talking. I still have a few more things, but like I said, that's why these are so overwhelming. Like I could talk about things all day long. But we'll just do another one. We'll just kind of keep rolling. I'll put what I didn't talk about, you know, aside. This is just kind of a collective way to just say, this is a lot of new stuff that I've gotten lately, and there's no rhyme or reason, but let me just show you. So, yeah, I'll link to what I can below. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and found this helpful and fun, just kind of chit-chatting about some new stuff. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Love you all so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.